I don't know why, but I've just had this urge lately, just going back to like 2006, 2007, those old school action. I wouldn't really say old school, but kind of what I grew up on action movies. And tonight I kind of wanted to watch a Jason Statham movie. Didn't really know because I've seen 90% of it. The other 10% is more of like the Expendables and Meg. Um, so I looked up his filmography online, and obviously him and Jet Li spiked my interest. Yet again, I remember seeing this movie on TV all the time when it came out. I never watched it though. Like I remember just seeing it on. I remember seeing a Blockbuster. The poster just rings nostalgia in a weird way because I haven't seen the movie, but I just remember all the marketing for it. Completely forgot about it. So I watched it, and a lot better like story than I thought it was gonna be. I didn't really expect much of a story. I thought it was gonna be more of a stupid action movie, which it kind of is, but there's some realistic kills in this movie. It does go a bit bonkers, but overall, it's actually pretty grounded and pretty realistic. I didn't think the Yakuza was going to be such a big part of the movie. I really enjoyed that. And I've always respected Jet Li, but I never watched his movies that much. I knew who he was. I seen a bit of IP Man or whatever it's called. Obviously, Expendables. But I've never watched like a lot of his movies, and he really steals the show here. I was looking for a Jason Statham movie. I ended up having more of a Jet Li night because he really stole the show. Jason Statham did no wrong. He did really good with his character. Him playing like a cop detective, I thought was a really cool idea. He doesn't really do that in other movies, so even though the movie's older, it still felt fresh because it wasn't a take I've seen him do before. The action scenes in this movie, at the beginning, they're a bit choppy. You can still see what's going on, but the camera cuts a lot. It's kind of weird, and you get to like the middle and like the end of the movie, and the camera shots and the cinematography are just a lot better than the beginning of the movie. It was really weird. The movie got so much better as it just went on and on, which I wasn't thinking it was going to be, this big epic finale. But I really did care about what was going on. And yet again, not really what I was expecting. I just thought it was going to be a B grade, C grade action movie. I would say it's more of a B. But you get a lot more than that. You get a really, to me, I didn't think it was an amazing emotional story, but it has everything that a story needs. Good characters. Um, they both could use a little more development, but in a movie like this, I don't expect that. So for what they did, I was very impressed. They did spend a bit more time with them than I wanted, like, or than I thought. I kind of wanted a bit more, but yeah, Jet Li's family basically gets killed. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie. And he's basically getting revenge on everyone that does it, and there's two twists in this movie. So if you haven't seen it and you want to, don't watch this review. But I mean, I guess we're all a couple years late because I haven't seen this movie before, other than tonight. The first twist being Jet Li being, getting his face done and everything, and like you think he's dead at the beginning. I'm like, there's no way they killed Jet Li at the beginning. They didn't just do him like they did Channing Tatum and G.I. Joe. They just kill him at the beginning, and that's it. He's not in the rest of the movie. I'm like, okay, I guess Jason Statham's carrying this whole movie, which I thought was going to happen. And then you see this hitman. The first shot of seeing Jet Li after he dies is so cool. He goes into this club, just destroys everybody, and the whole time, just the way the camera is just following behind his back. So at the beginning, you're like, is that him? Could that be him? Is he still alive? And then as the movie goes on, the more I looked at him, I'm like, okay, so he was supposed to get a facial, completely redo. I'm like, that still looks like Jet Li to me. I could be wrong, but that still looks like him. And then later on in the movie, the girl says to him, "Why did you not KILL the daughter and mother?" And he's like, "Those aren't my rules." And she's like, "Well, you've done it before," which he hasn't. So I'm like, "Oh, he didn't do that, obviously, because his wife and daughter died at the beginning." I'm like, that has to be Jet Li. I was 99% sure, and I was right. So that wasn't like a big twist to me, because at the end, Jason Statham just finds out that it's him. He didn't know the whole time. But I already kind of knew it was him. I just looked at him, I'm like, something's off. And like they say in the movie, the doctors changed everything about his face. The only thing they couldn't do was his eyes. I don't know if that's what gave it away for me, but like I wouldn't say it looked exactly alike, but I think they could have done a better job to make him look like someone else, because I just assumed it was him, and it did look like him. A bit different, like he has scars on his face he didn't have before, but overall it kind of looked like him. But that twist didn't really work for me, because I kind of already figured it out by the beginning of the movie. And there's a second twist, which I liked a lot more, not because I just didn't figure it out. I thought it was well done. Jason Statham kind of is the one that set this up, because he was working with the Yakuza, and at the beginning, when they're on their first mission, Jet Li shoots someone called Rogue, and then the Yakuza leader who Rogue worked for gets Jason Statham gets Jason Statham to set up somebody to go to Jet Li's house and scare his family. He wasn't supposed to, do what he did. And then you just find that out the movie, and I was like, damn, that's a good twist. And then they have their moment, and then Jason Statham gets killed by Jet Li, because Jet Li finds out he's the one that ordered the hit. And yeah, I mean, Jason Statham kind of deserved it. He basically stabbed him in the back, because they were like cop friends. They're on the forces together, partners, definitely. And I don't really know why he did it. I know he got an order from the boss to do it, but like, I don't know. I guess there is no mercy in the Yakuza game, man. And so as soon as I found out that twist, I really liked this character. And at the end, I was like, oh, is Jet Li going to do it? Is he going to pull the trigger? And he does. And the only complaint I really have about the movie as a whole is the way it ends. I think the story has been doing really good the first 3 acts. And then you get to the climax of the movie, and it's just like he shoots him, gets in his car, drives away, and it ends. I guess we don't really need anymore. I guess Jet Li survives. He's off. He's on his own. Doesn't have a family. And that's just how the movie ended. I don't really know what else they could have done, but it just happens like so fast. But overall, this movie was a really good watch. I had a lot of fun with it. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. Definitely some things. It's far from perfect. Can use some work in certain areas, but obviously didn't have that much expectations. Had a pretty good story and great action scenes, so can't really complain. Not every movie is going to be a 10 out of 10, but overall, if you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.